What if Alex Eala's biggest advantage isn't just her powerful left-handed game, her fearless mentality, or her incredible rise through the WTA rankings? What if one of her biggest secret weapons is standing right beside her on the court? Meet Joan Bosch, the coach who has been helping guide Eala's development at the Rafael Nadal Academy and who has experience working with one of tennis's biggest names, former world number 1 Carlos Moya. And now, with Eala making history on the biggest stages, fans are starting to ask one major question. Could Bosch be helping build the next superstar of women's tennis? Alex Eala's rise has been nothing short of remarkable. Just a few years ago, she was a promising young player developing her game at the Rafael Nadal Academy. Today, she is a WTA champion, a Grand Slam breakthrough star, and one of the most exciting young players in international tennis. Her victory over Jessica Pegula in Washington changed everything. Eala became the first player from the Philippines to win a WTA Tour level singles title, and the victory pushed her to a career-high ranking around the world's top 20. But behind every major breakthrough is a team, and one name continues to stand out: Joan Bosch. Who is Joan Bosch? Bosch is a Spanish tennis coach who has been closely connected with the Rafael Nadal Academy. He has worked with Eala for several years, helping develop her game as she transitioned from a promising junior into a serious professional competitor. But Bosch's resume goes beyond Eala. One of his most notable connections is Carlos Moya, the former world number 1 and French Open champion. That experience matters, because coaching elite tennis isn't simply about hitting more balls or practicing harder. It is about understanding how a player thinks, how they handle pressure, how they construct points, and how they respond when matches become uncomfortable. And those lessons can become extremely valuable for a young player trying to break into the highest level of the sport. The Nadal Academy connection. There is another important part of this story. Eala spent her development years at the Rafa Nadal Academy, where she was exposed to a demanding tennis environment built around discipline, intensity, and resilience. The Academy's philosophy has clearly influenced Eala. Her game isn't based only on power. She has developed the ability to fight through difficult moments, stay aggressive, and continue competing when matches become physically and mentally demanding. That was visible throughout her breakthrough season. And it became even clearer during her historic Wimbledon run. At Wimbledon, Eala stunned defending champion Iga Swiatek and reached the second week of a Grand Slam for the first time, a historic achievement for Philippine tennis. That wasn't an accident. It was the result of years of development. What Bosch brings to Eala's game. One of the most interesting improvements in Eala's game has been her ability to play with greater purpose. Instead of simply trying to hit harder, she is becoming more comfortable constructing points. Her left-handed serve creates different angles. Her baseline game can put opponents under pressure. And perhaps most importantly, she has shown that she is becoming increasingly comfortable against top-ranked players. That confidence has produced some incredible results. Eala's Washington title run was especially impressive because she defeated several high-level opponents before overcoming Jessica Pegula in the final. After losing the opening set, Eala responded with remarkable composure. She won the second set, and then dominated the deciding set to complete one of the biggest victories of her career. That ability to reset after disappointment is exactly what elite players need. From Carlos Moya to Alex Eala. This is where the coaching connection becomes fascinating. Carlos Moya knows what it takes to reach the very top. He became world number 1 and won a Grand Slam during his playing career. So when someone with experience around that level works with a rising player, there is potentially an enormous amount of knowledge to draw from. But Eala is not trying to become Carlos Moya. And Bosch isn't simply copying an old blueprint. The goal is to help Eala develop her own identity, her own strengths, her own style, her own mentality. And that may be one of the most important parts of her development. The next challenge. But the biggest challenge may be just beginning. Winning one major title is difficult. Staying near the top is even harder. Opponents will now study Eala differently. They know her name. They know her strengths. They know she is capable of beating top players. And that means Eala will have to keep evolving. Her serve can improve. Her return can become even more dangerous. Her movement and physical conditioning can continue developing. And most importantly, her tactical game can become more sophisticated. That is where experienced coaching can make a huge difference. Why this story matters. Alex Eala's rise isn't just about one player winning tennis matches. It represents something much bigger for Philippine tennis. For years, the Philippines has produced talented athletes across many sports. But Eala is breaking new ground in professional tennis. Her WTA title in Washington became a historic moment for the country. And now she is entering a completely different stage of her career. She is no longer simply the promising young player people are waiting to watch. She is becoming a player that opponents have to prepare for. And standing alongside her is a coach with experience at the highest level of the sport. So, is Joan Bosch the secret behind Alex Eala's incredible rise? Maybe there isn't just one secret. Eala brings the talent. Her family and team provide the support. The Rafael Nadal Academy helped shape her development. And coaches like Joan Bosch have helped turn that potential into a professional game. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Alex Eala is no longer just a rising star. She is becoming a genuine force on the WTA Tour. And if she continues improving at this speed, the biggest question may no longer be, can Alex Eala reach the top? It may soon become, how high can Alex Eala actually go? If you're excited to follow Alex Eala's journey, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay with us for all the latest tennis news. Because this journey is only getting started. Alex Eala is here, and the tennis world is watching.